all I have is a message for Mr. President, and I hope we can deliver this to him. I just want to tell the President that what legacy is he trying to leave behind? The legacy is to provide for over 150 million Nigerians, or the legacy is to cater for his inner circle. And because Nigerians are the most resilient people in the world, like you've said, I'm just transitioning from a different part of the world to Nigeria, and for me to acclimatize to the system is very tough. It's very hard for me because Nigerians are very adamant to change, and I get criticized for that. So what I'm trying to tell you that, tell Mr. President, Nigerians spend about 50 to 60 hours walking. They spend another 20 hours in traffic a week. In the Western world, we spend about 30 to 40 hours walking and probably about 4 to 5 hours in traffic. Once a situation of traffic and power can increase, production is going to increase tremendously in Nigeria. That's all we need is for the president to give us power. Thank you.
Obviously, you're a very busy man, and I'm also an entrepreneur myself, and I discover keeping up, in fact, the time is not enough. Can you just give us an insight into how your typical day is like?
Right, I share your own views. And it's not actually even views. These are reality of life. Yesterday, we were just discussing these same issues with the Director General of UNIDO. Why I raise it with him? Because he has always been warning us to be careful because of the population explosion in Nigeria, and we're not really doing much to it. Because if you look at it, most of the infrastructure that we have in Nigeria, they were infrastructures of 1976. We haven't really added any additional infrastructure, and we'll keep managing, keep going, but things will definitely catch up with us one day. And so as we are having a chat, my steward, who was actually, we did a self-service because about he came with a large team from abroad. I now called my steward. He's been with me for almost about 20 years, and I said, Alex, when do you normally, when you close, when do you normally get home? He said, well, sometimes it's like now you get home about 2-3 hours. Or even like yesterday, that was the day of yesterday, he got home around 12. So what I tried to do, because I explained something to him that, you see, in Lagos, when what you should look at is that when you are driving and you want somebody to please help you and allow you to pass, why you now see people with straight face. They don't really even look at your face. It's because of the tension. And some people, they are just angry over so many things. Maybe they have no power, something has gone wrong. Mainly not the owner of the vehicle, but the driver. Because when they close, after they drop their boss, the boss will now allow them to leave the car there and go home, their public transport, whatever. They won't get home until 12. A lot of them, they don't see their children until maybe only on Sundays. Because when they are now going to leave their respective homes, they will leave around 5. And when they get back, they will get back to the houses maybe around 12. Sometimes there is traffic, especially when it rains, they won't get home until 1 or 2 in the morning. So it is a tough life, but I think you are right. If we increase by having power, by the infrastructure, but what will bring the power, what will bring the infrastructure like roads, the power has to come first. So that power that we keep talking about is like a trunk of a tree. Unless we have that power, the branches and the leaves will not be able to grow. And that's why they just say, okay, no power, no growth. But this same thing they will keep, we are repeating them continuously. And and that's why I actually encourage having some private sector people into the government, into any government, not only necessarily this one, so that at least they can use their own private sector experience and see how things can be moved. I mean, it's just like what I keep saying, even during our own economic management team, you know, and there's a limit to what you can do, you know, but I've said it more than once that, look, Mr. President, government can never deliver power. Let us find a strategy where this power can be delivered, and that's really the truth. My day is not really very structured because of several issues. And really, you know, sometimes I just calm myself, but, you know, the demand of my time really is extremely high. Most especially, you know, in Nigeria, we have a lot of ceremonies, unnecessary ones. You know, you have somebody celebrating 50th, somebody celebrating 30th, somebody celebrating, you know, the death of his mother 10 years ago. Remembrance, you know, somebody even doing renewal of vows. So there are several things, and you know, being that really, especially like myself, where I have quite a lot of friends, both here and the northern part. It is actually, you know, tearing me apart. Like today, for example, I started since around 5 in the morning. I had some few things, you know, to take care of. I barely even had to call my barber. You know, I had a haircut at 6 in the morning. You know. So sometimes what I do is that I go to the gym. I have not been going now for about 4 or 5 days. I had a bit of back problem, you know, but it's getting better now. But I go there and make sure I exercise myself about 10 kilometers a day, and just to make sure that I take out any stress that is trying to set in. You know, which is it's very important. Really. It's very important. Exercise is better than any medicine that you can take. Exercise and enough sleep. By my sleep, really, I sleep more flying than on my bed. You know, yeah, I sleep, you know, no, because, you know, I'm somebody that I don't switch on my phone. My phone is 24 hours on. Only of recent now, I learned how to just put it on a silent mode. You know, so when I sleep, I can sleep for 4 hours or 5, but I feel okay because the 4 or 5 hours I sleep very deep. So it's a very sound sleep. I don't need 6, 7 or 8 hours. So even 4 or 5 hours is okay, you know, for me. Then I go to my office, normally at 8. I'm always there at 8 o'clock. Sometimes I like to be in 7:30 meeting. You know, some people, they don't like to meet you early in the morning, you know, because they're busy also, you know. But I stay in the office up to 8, 9, and then I go home. The only free day that I have, which I try to make sure, if I don't have anything on Saturdays, which is very difficult, then I will make sure that I don't, my driver, my security and co, they don't come to join me. You know, I try to just keep reminding myself who I am, that I'm doing. And I drive around on my own, alone. I go to friends, I go to our club, boat club. Sometimes I go out on the boat. Sometimes I stay there and, you know, mingle with people that ordinarily they won't see me. And, you know, if there are weddings, I go. You know, like today I have a wedding in Canada. I couldn't. I promised them before, then I realized that we have set this date. You know, so I cancel. But you see, from here now, I'm going to Djibouti for somebody burying his mother. I will meet the reception. Then I'll rush to the airport. I'll go to Abuja and I have meetings with about 2-3 people. I will go to Mr. President Effect. And then I have 2 meetings after this one. Then I'll come back and sleep in Lagos. Like tomorrow, I'll cancel everything. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I'll just drive myself around and just relax with preference. But the demand that you have, you know, if you are going to follow the demand of time, I will only be able to give my business 20%. Really, it's very high. You know, it's very, very high. You know, that's what I keep telling somebody. Say, yes, it's true. You see, the problem that you have is that the demand that you have, especially to do with outside world, you know, because we don't have many good stories in Africa. So the few stories that you have in Africa, especially if it is attached to an individual, the demand that you have, there has been one conference somewhere, one prime minister is inviting you to do this, you know, I mean, for example, now I've been battling with Singapore. There is a conference that they want me to come and, you know, address, you know, their own issues, you know, and I'm on so many platforms. For example, the Secretary General were on his renewable energy board, which they are meeting, like it was yesterday. The DG of Unido reminded me that we'll have a meeting for about 4 days in Brazil with the Secretary General. But you know, I mean, somebody like me, I don't have 4 days to spare anyway. And that's the difficult part of life. But it's something also that you need to do. It's something that actually keeps you busy. And sometimes I hate to give appointments because something can just happen now and I have to go to Dubai. And sometimes I go all the way from here to China and spend only 5 hours in China and come back. I arrive at normally 4 o'clock and I turn around. But that one I don't take my private jet to go to China because the pilots need hours to rest. And the hours that they need, which is 9 hours to rest, I don't have the 9 hours. So I have to take, you know, Emirates, arrive at 4. And, you know, the 380, which you take your shower, so I will just go straight to my meetings, finish by 9 o'clock, I'm at the airport, and we take off at 11, connect in Dubai and come. So, you know, that's the kind of life that somebody has to work. Because if you are going to take life easy, it is almost impossible. You know, I mean, it's like now, okay, fine. I even promised myself that when I went for that 4 days vacation in January, because I have not really taken vacation for 14 years. You know, yes. But I travel also because so it's not that I don't go to here, I'm here, you know, sitting tight in Nigeria. No, I travel, you know, abroad. And, you know, luckily, you know, at least I've done quite a lot in my life in the past, where now these things, they don't really mean much to me, you know, because at my age now, I won't be ready to go out with friends to go to nightclub or something. So, my only enjoyment is just to sit around at home with my friends, exercise. I like to exercise quite a lot. And then if people are doing weddings or whatever, I like to just go. I show up for, 10, 20 minutes, then I go. But the demand is quite a lot. You know, because I remember last week, I went to, was it last week? So we went to the governor of Ekiti's mother's, you know, that same day I had more than 4 events. So before going there, I had to do 2 events, went to the came back around 6, and then I went to the last event. So, and then the demand, you know, people keep demanding that they want to meet you, they want to, you know, meet you. For you to give them that window, it's almost impossible. And I don't like to give somebody an appointment where he will go to my office and I won't be there. But see, I don't also control my time because sometimes you are there having, you plan that you want to have meetings with somebody in the morning. They say, no, Mr. President said I should come and see him. Well, luckily for me, yes, I can go into Abuja and leave Abuja at 1 or 2 in the morning, come back, sleep, then you start the day. But if you come back in the morning, the traffic coming into Lagos is another